Episode 10, The Blue Flash, featuring Sujit. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. If you're wondering where I have been, well, it's been a few months since my last upload. Life and the shattered phone screen kept me from hitting the record button. I lost a lot of footage and felt pretty disheartened. But the call of the wild is strong, and I'm back, geared up, and ready to pick up where we left off. For this comeback episode, my friend Sujit and I set out our sight on a challenge: finding the common kingfisher. The little guy is famously shy, a flash of brilliant blue and orange that often feels more like a myth than a bird. Today, we are heading to the hills to chase that myth. We started our journey on foot, and after only a few minutes, the jungle gave us a small, beautiful welcome. Sujit spotted a flicker of motion near a fallen cut bamboo stalk. And there it was, a black-throated sunbird, taking an adorable bath in the rainwater pooled in the hollow. This little gem is a stunning display of iridescence. The male, which we saw, has a metallic greenish blue cap and a velvety black throat. They are tiny, energetic nectar feeder, jibbing through the canopy like avian hummingbirds. Watching it splash in that little pool was a perfect, peaceful start of our day. We soaked in a moment, then headed on, determined to reach our main destination. Our journey took us higher, and soon we were in the beautiful town of Mirik. The view alone was worth the trip. That massive snow-capped silhouette in the distance, that's the Kanchenjunga, the third highest mountain in the world, watching over us.
Morning, bazaरमा सुजितलाई हामीले भेटिसकेको छु घामको किरण हामी मिरिक गार्डन पुग्थ्यौँ है अस्ति किनेकोले गर्दा उहाँ भिडियो गर्दैन ए वस हेर कस्तो रिस उठ्दो छ ऊ यसले त यसले चाहिँ बजाउँछ है यो पनि खतरा छ ऊ
As we walked, a familiar face popped up. It was an old school friend I hadn't seen in years. A quick hi, hello, and a few minutes of catching up, and we were back on our mission, crossing the iconic Rainbow Bridge. It felt like stepping into a new chapter of the search.
आज चाहिँ हामी केसको लागि आएको भनिदिइहाल्छु कमन किङफिसर सो वी हेभ कम टु क्याप्चर द कमन किङफिसर टुडे हो तर हामी पाउँछ कि पाउँदैन त्यो चाहिँ हामीलाई थाहा छैन भ्यू छ र भ्यू छ
We kept walking along the water's edge on the far side of the bridge. The air was quiet, and then nestled among the reeds and grass, I spotted a dark compact shape, a night heron. These are medium-sized herons, generally grey and white, but the adults have a striking black cap and back, often with 2 or 3 long, thin white plumes extending from the back of the head. As the name suggests, they are mostly nocturnal hunters, so seeing one out during the day was a treat. I raised my camera, trying to be quiet as possible, but it was too late. With a quick flutter, it took off. But as I lowered my camera in disappointment, another heron descended silently and landed in the exact same spot. This time, it was much more common, an Indian pond heron. This bird is a master of camouflage. When it was sitting still, it looks drab, mostly sticky brown. But the moment it takes flight, it reveals its stunning contrast, bright white wings. It's like a magic trick. I managed to get a photo and a quick video before we decided to push on toward our main kingfisher stalking ground.
Indian pond heron पनि अब खिचेको हो कस्तो दामी आएछ फोटो पनि अब यसको ओ टेस्टी आँखा हो त्यसको माछा पक्रेको बाटै बाटो ए फ्ल्यास ओइ पर बसिरहेको छ लु भाइ के किङफिसर खोज्नु गएको है तर यहाँ फोटो खिच्नुमा अलिकति टाइम गयो नि त त्यो नाइट हेरन हो नि त यो पन्ड हेरन नाइट हेरन थियो नि नाइट हेरनको आँखा रातो हुन्छ यो पन्ड हेरन हो प्याटर्न हुन्छ यसको चाहिएको नाइट हेरन यस्तो नजिक त भेटेको थिएन नि त मैले भाइ आई थिङ्क है यहाँ कर्मोरेन्ट बसिरहेको छ.
As we neared the section where we last seen the kingfisher months ago, a large, dark figure caught my attention. Perched on a log, jutting out of the lake was a majestic, large cormorant. This is a big, glossy black water bird with a long neck and a powerful hooked bill, designed for spearing fish underwater. After a dive, you often see them in this exact pose, sitting with their wings spread out to dry them. Their feathers aren't fully waterproof like ducks, which allows them to dive deeper, but they have to dry them out afterwards or it's a perfect sunbath. I crept forward, one step at a time, trying to get that perfect shot. Sujit, equally excited, tried to sneak up from the side. We are both zeroed in on that bird. And that was the end of its sunbathing session. It slipped off its perch and gracefully swam away. We got some good shots, but a full frame photo remains a goal.
After searching for 3 hours, we couldn't find the common kingfisher.
It had been nearly 3 hours of searching and not a single blue flash. We were getting tired, so we sat down on a nearby bench for a rest and a bottle of water. That's when Sujit, ever keen-eyed spotter, pointed low into the underground. Tiptoeing along the edge was a white-breasted water hen. It has stocky medium-sized rails, identifiable by the slaty grey body and a clean contrasting white face and chest. They often flick their tails up, showing a small patch of rusty red or buff under tail feathers. They are generally shy and prefer dense wetland vegetation, and we were lucky to see one out in the open. A few quick pictures and we felt refreshed. We knew we needed a little more fuel, so we headed out for a much needed cup of tea. We were sipping our tea, discussing how we should probably just pack up and head home. The kingfisher had bitten us. We were almost ready to admit defeat and had pretty much lost all hope. And then it happened. Way across the lake, maybe 100 yards away, a streak of electric blue shot across the water's surface and landed briefly on a distant reed. It was unmistakable, the common kingfisher. Hope instantly flooded back. We abandoned our tea and rushed across the lake. We were panting, scrambling over rocks and root, eyes fixed on a distant spot.
Finally.
We finally made it to the other side, and as we did, the bird, true to its nature, flashed that brilliant blue again and flew to the far side of the lake again. It was a frustrating, wonderful game of chase, but finally I managed to click it. I had my camera up just in time as it perched, that vibrant blue-green back and a rusty orange chest, a sight you never forget. I got the photo, I got the video. After so many months, after a broken phone, and after hours of searching, we finally did it. Kingfisher spotted. The myth became reality. What a triumphant return. Thanks for joining us on this adventure. Until next time, keep your eyes on the sky. Till then, stay wild.
अलिक पर्छ दामी आउँदैछ तँ अलिक पछि जाँदा अलिक यो दामी आउँदैछ नि यता यता जान त आइनस्